Hey y'all, T-Ham141 here. Today we are going over budgeting for your homestead dreams. When Wendy and I were living in Port Leyden, we had an income. I'm medically retired through the VA. It wasn't a lot, but it got us there. And we had no money ever. We had money coming in and money going out, but we had none to really spend or save. We just didn't keep track of where our money was going. And apparently that's important. We never had money in our savings. We never had money in our checking account. It seemed like when it started getting close to the end of the month, we were really looking towards that next check. We paid our bills willy-nilly. Sometimes we missed payments. And that's not good. Creditors don't like that. So I got with a friend, and he's like, man, you're making enough money. He says, you should have some money to spend at least. You should be able to improve on yourself. And so what we did was we took and we listed all of our bills. Okay, and this is what we have. Okay, we start off, the very first thing that comes out of our money every month, and this will work for week by week too. I suggest doing the bills monthly, and if you have $100 bill, say electric bill, then take $25 out a week for that bill. Now, the very first thing we take out is a tithe. I believe that everything we have comes from God, and it's important to give back. We split our tithe money up between our local church that we attend and to help support them with their ministries, and Life's Hope Ministries, which is a youth-oriented ministry that we run. Hopefully after all this pandemic stuff is gone, we will be able to start youth group again and sending kids to camp. The very next thing you'll see what's important to me is, it just says Hulu. Well, this covers Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, and Friendly TV. These are all pay subscriptions. We have YouTube where we get our national news and stuff like that on. Thank you to everybody that posts that or reposts the news things. But that is entertainment. We spend a lot of time in front of screens. Okay. Insurance is next, the INS. The insurance, vehicle insurance, homeowners insurance, rental property insurance, all that stuff is important to have. You do not want to have something happen, God forbid, and not be covered. Then you will see AT&T phone. Now, these are my notes. That's why it's written the way it is. AT&T phone. I know that's the AT&T phone. That is our home phone. And that is our internet. We have it's like a thumb drive, plugs into a USB port on the main laptop. And what that does is allows us to use the laptop as a hotspot. I have a laptop I use just for YouTube, and also our cell phones. We use the Wi-Fi for cell phones. It costs about $50 a month for the AT&T phone, and then it takes about $60, say, a month for the thumb drive for internet through AT&T. There's a tower just up the road. The only reason we did it through AT&T is because Verizon doesn't come in up here, and AT&T doesn't come in where we're at, where we go up in Port Leyden and such as that. So you see Straight Talk, AT&T phone. Then you see ST Talk. That's Straight Talk. Guys, there's no $400 or $500 iPhone in my future. It's just not going to happen. I have a Samsung Galaxy that is from Straight Talk. You've seen a lot of videos filmed with this, and the lens has gotten, for the video, has gotten scratched up. I need to do something about that. Probably time to get a new phone because, well, it's $50. It's not a whole lot. But it's something that I'm putting off as long as possible. And Wendy has one. And again, the reason being is Verizon doesn't come up here, and then most areas in upstate New York, that we have found, AT&T can be a little sketchy. So, yeah, so we have a home phone and then our straight talk personal phones. Okay, chick. It says chick. No, I am not paying a chick for cleaning or anything like that. This is for our chickens. I put $100 aside every month for the chickens. We have a flock of about 24, including guinea hens and roosters. $100 leaves me a little bit of a buffer so that if I need a flock block or whatever. We also, the pigs, right now can fit into that $100. As they get bigger, I'm going to have to tap more resources to make sure that the pigs get what they need. But we only have the pigs during the spring, summer, and into the fall a little bit because we don't have a place to overwinter them. So that is, boom, chickens, $100. Now, there are times the chickens will take me and Wendy to Arby's or McDonald's or something in our travels, and I will use some of that money, not so much when we have the pigs, but throughout the winter months. You will see B Visa, Amex, and Discovery Disc. Those are credit cards. I try not to put a lot of money on the credit cards, but also by the same token, when we did the septic and we're still working on the cabin here, and when we need something, it's nice to have that backup in an emergency. Garbage. I have a dumpster at the rental in Port Leyden. If you have a rental, I very much suggest having a dumpster. It just makes it easy for the tenants to throw their stuff away so it's not in bags in a pile because the garbage men went on strike or whatever. We also put our garbage in that dumpster because, well, it's my dumpster. You'll see the PL water. That is a water tax bill that comes out every quarter. We also, in this category, at the right times of year, you will see our taxes. All of these that are in the upper part of this list is for the checking account. I add them all up. I transfer the money from the account where our direct deposit goes, and then I transferred this to the checking account, however much this is a total. All of my bill, I like to pay online and stuff like that, so it really makes it convenient to have that checking account. Now, you'll see a little gap here because sometimes there's other stuff. Sometimes there are property taxes and county taxes and state taxes and all that good stuff that I have to add on here. Or birthdays that I want transferred into that account. So there's a decent amount of space left here. Now, you will see credit and truck. This is from January 2020. We had a truck payment back then. And we had a line of credit on the property in Port Leyden. And that was through another bank. So this bottom list is money we take out in cash, and I deposit that much amount for the credit card and the truck into that other bank, an account at that other bank, and they automatically take that out. Now, what I wanted to show you is the gas and the groceries. Now, it's just Wendy and I understand that a lot of people will say, man, that $450 is not enough to pay for our groceries for a week, much less a month. Well, it's just Wendy and I. The perishable items and snacks and stuff like that, We do supplement this with our garden stuff, but let's face it, no one is 100% self-sufficient. You still need to go to the store. Right now, Wendy is not able to bake the way she would like to, so we have to buy our bread. We don't own a dairy cow or goats yet. So we have to buy milk. There are just things you need, and we set that $450 aside for groceries. And now within that, other stuff for the house that we need can come from that at times. Again, if you shop by the week, set a monthly amount and then break that down into what you're going to need per week. No one knows your finances like you do. You can figure out what you need. Now, you might not always be able to get what you want, but God always gives you what you need. We started off back in 2012 and we only had $300 a month scheduled for gas. Then I almost lowered it about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm glad I didn't, because gas prices are back up. Wonder why. Then you'll see the When Tracy. This is money that we allot ourselves. When Wendy quit smoking, she was spending $80 a month on her cigarettes. That money went to her as an incentive to not start smoking again. And back here it was $130. I was getting 50, she was getting 80. I did increase that to, I get 70 now, so that's 150 is a nice even number. And that is our money to do with what we will. Now, sometimes we use it for stuff for the house. Sometimes we use it for stuff we need. And that's okay. But Wendy has the say over her money. I have the say over my money, the 80 and the 50, or the 80 and the 70 now. And then you will see wash, $50. At the time, we were going to a laundromat to do our laundry, and $50 a month would do our laundry. And we since have a washing machine. You might hear it going. That's why I have the generator on, if you can hear the generator in the background. But guys, just by listing out our bills, I know I can go through, and as I pay each bill, as I write the check for the tithes that we do, I can check it right off. Now the Hulu and entertainment is all taken out automatically, so I can mark that off as it comes up on my checking account. The insurance, these are all set bills, and like I said, there can be more added to this. Sometimes the one or two of the credit cards don't fall on there. Usually they don't fall on there. In fact, there's zero on this. But with the bills that we know that we have, we know where every dime is going. Now, anything left over can be used as much as possible for saving. You need to pay yourself something. Saving, taking care of past debts, whatever you use it for, building up your credit score. This way you know what kind of payment, almost to the T, that fairly close, that you can afford on a piece of property, on a tractor, on a truck, on a ATV, UTV, whatever you need for your homestead. This allows you to know how much you have that you can utilize for your homestead goals. Now, some of you are in an apartment. and you might need a pantry cupboard. You know, that's something that, hey, you might have to save up for that. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Some of you are in a rental property and you can't have a garden. You might have the room in the rental property for a pantry, but no place for a garden. Well, you now know how much you can spend at the farmer's market and to bring home stuff to preserve and put in the pantry. Whatever your goals are, list your goals. List what you believe you need to meet those goals. This is doable. Homesteading is a lifestyle marked by self-sufficiency, whether it be through agriculture or making of crafts for home use or to sell. Now, no one is totally self-sufficient, but you can get awfully close. And as we strive, as we live, we go for more self-sufficiency. List it out. Put in the comments what you plan on doing to save for your homestead goals, whether it be to expand your garden, whether it be to make a garden, whether it's on your land or someone else's, how you plan on listing this stuff out. This is just a little, I bought this at Big Lots, $1.10 composition book. This one started in January of 2020. I also have one that is full. This is only our second, and we started in 2012. It's not easy, and sometimes it hurts. You might not have a lot of money to spend on that cup of coffee. Believe it or not, figure out what you, if you go to a gas station or a Easy Mart and get a cup of coffee every day, figure out how much you're spending. $1.50, $2 a day. Well, $2 a day is $60 a month. Might be cheaper to make your coffee at home. Or you might decide that's something you want to prioritize. That's something you want to continue doing. It's up to you, man. You're the homesteader. You're in charge. The peace of mind that comes from knowing your bills are paid, or having a plan to pay them where they're not going to get behind. Everybody is different. You might not fit into our little list here, and that's okay. Make your own list. Whether you're homesteading in your apartment, a rental property, or you own 150 acres, you can do this. It makes it so much easier when stuff is written down. If you got any value out of this video, hit like. It's free to subscribe. It's free to have an account on YouTube. You have to have an account on YouTube to subscribe, but it's free to have the account on YouTube. Hit like on this video, subscribe, leave the comments down below just to let me know if you're getting anything from this. And guys, I can't wait. I want to see you fulfill your homesteading goals. Have a great day. God bless. This is T-Ham 141. I'm out.